All right, so the township did have a credit card, one credit card for 29 years. And y'all had a lot of theft going on here in township. So let's be crystal clear about that. So y'all got all that going on. Number two, if y'all pay attention to how anybody operation runs, every department here has a card because they are responsible for transparency. If you give one card to one person, you don't know who got it, who spent on it, what you see that. You don't want one card. Right now, we can go and look up, hey, Carmen was in Walmart today and she bought a TV. You can literally point out where somebody's at and who swiped that card, because that name goes to that person's card. That's why you want every single department to have their own card, so that now they're accountable for their spending. We're not doing one credit card. There's no accountability for one credit card, and that's not how operations work. And as it relates to the finance director, we said this at the last meeting. Why would we give the finance director a card? That is not his job to run to the store and buy stuff for anybody. That is the department head's job. As it relates, that's how y'all don't know. There was listen. As it relates to finances, that boy has a whole degree. He's supposed to basically go and check and make sure that the finances are in order. That's it. That's it. That's how he's checked. Having it, it has nothing to do with nobody else being besides the department head having to basically account for their spending for their department. If you go check any of our City Authority Township, you will see anybody have a car, what they spent it on, it got their name back, and they should have receipts for anything that they have spent. So I just want to point that out. So all this talk about we just gonna make this a law, no, we're not. So we're gonna remove supervisor. You can replace that with a manager. I don't care who you pick really for the manager. It could have been Tony from out here. It could be anybody, but pick one person other than supervisor.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Just peeping in into my live chat, my channel, One Papoose. You know, just seeing how everybody's doing and give my freaking opinion about this last town hall meeting on credit cards. Who is responsible for them? Whose name should be put on them? How they are going to be dispersed? What will be the limit on a credit card? If this ain't the dumbest shit, and I keep watching this stuff, right? And I'm like, it's something in every different meeting, every time. They have all this stuff on these agendas. She's over here running this town hall meeting, super tough. And then she has to go over and run the village, town hall meetings. And every time I click on there, it's always something to start controversy out here in this news and with these public people. It's just hideous. So I was listening to the argument about the credit cards, and the trustees in the town hall, they want to, I guess, set a limit, be able to track who's spending what, and la, 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 la. I don't even understand how it's that freaking complicated to find out who was spending what. Normally, on your credit card statement, which I couldn't understand since Lori Lightfoot had found this information that apparently it was over $40,000 spent on Amazon. I asked myself behind that analysis and investigation, why didn't Lori Lightfoot have the power to pull the credit card statement that was used to purchase these things on Amazon? The statement would fall in the hand of the people who is responsible for paying the bill. To my understanding, I've heard Super Tiff say it multiple times that these people are responsible for paying the bills. Now, most people will elect to not have the paper statement come in the mail. A lot of people still do. I happen to be one of them, even though I can click on the app and go through expenditures. I can do that. What did I spend? What did I buy? So when I saw Lori Lightfoot put up her analysis on that spending, I was hoping to see the statements, show what was spent, get the statements from the trustees or whomever is receiving the payment to be processed on the bill. Let's see what's on there. Pampers, what? Deodorant, what? Balloons, what was on it? What was spent? It's not that difficult. I'm not understanding this controversy. I'm really not understanding this poking at the bear, but essentially proving everything to its level of factness. I don't get it. It's weird. It's really weird. There's a statement for this. So now that you retrieve the statement for it and you circle everything and you itemize everything, and now you can go and find out who actually bought this and why did you buy it. So I'm not buying that right now. So I was listening to Super Tiff talk about she made a motion. The trustees decided to add her name as, I guess, one of the overseers of the credit card. In the motion, Super Tiff asked for her name to be removed. She says that it's the responsibility of each department head to be responsible for their own credit cards. First of all, no one is mentioning what credit cards they are. Where are they from? Is it American Express? Is it Discovery? Is it a personal bank credit cards? What credit card company is this that is issuing them these business credit cards? Where's that information at? So they insist The trustee board voted in no, that they will not be removing her name. So, what behooves me with this situation is how is it that they conjured up a monstrous voluminous of people to say that no, this person is a thief. This person has caused us to go into a humongous amount of debt in this town. So we owe this, we owe this, we can't pay this. She's shopping, she's buying hair, she's buying cars, she's doing this, she's paying for this, she's paying for picnics, she's paying for parties. But they want to force her name behind a credit card. So what is exactly are they saying? Do you trust her or do you not? Because if you're going to put out the propaganda that you don't trust anybody, you don't trust her or anybody for that sake, why would you force her name on the card? So I feel like this is kind of a public entrapment. That's how I feel about it. I feel like this is like an entrapment shit, right? So whatever is being spent, if it's over what is authorized for each department or the whole, I don't know, because they think they're trying to get one or whatever. I don't know if they're just going to be passing this credit card around, right? One person is responsible. So let's just say that you left your credit card on the table and you had a hype uncle or nephew or niece come by and they saw it. Then all of a sudden they log on to the app and you're gone and they start ordering a bunch of stuff and shipping it to a different address and all of that stuff saying that it's a gift. Of course, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to do a thorough investigation. Of course, if I left my uncle or my niece or whatever, someone's in the house, I'm going to ask them. Then I'm going to challenge the charges on my card and say that no, it was stolen and this person done this out of fraud. But then of course that takes me down into the other lane, like probably prosecution on a family member, right? However, they want Super Tiff backing these credit cards. She doesn't want anything to do with them. So if someone on the board spends what they should have not been spending, the over allowance part of the limit, then all she's saying is you can go after that person. But the trustee board doesn't want it like that. They want it where she's going to be held responsible for it. That sounds like an entrapment to me. However, I got to poke at Super Tiff too, because it didn't make sense to sit there to be arguing back and forth about the credit card. Put my name behind it. All she got to do is just never touch it. Never authorize anybody to spend anything on it. Watch the credit cards like they watched them with her. Get the statements. Have the person initial what they have spent for that month. It's a perfect way of following the paper trail and the money trail. I don't understand it. It was totally absurd with these people going back and forth about insisting on having her bagging up credit cards with her name on it. But yet then she is the town thief. She drove them into debt. Now, there was a speaker that came up to the podium. I actually liked every bit of what he said. It made perfect sense to me. But of course, by the time he got up there to speak, the hot mouths up in the seating area Those are the people that needs to have the attention drawn to them. I don't care what nobody says. It is not fair that 30 or 40 people come up in there, rudely overtalks when she is speaking. It's rude. I don't understand how they are still allowed to come every meeting just to sit in the seating area and lollygag. But when the trustees are speaking, it's a whole different ballgame. They know actually the meaning to silence. They only want to hear what the trustees are saying. Okay, fine. I look at their situation like I'm looking at the situation in this political campaign bullshit that's going on. As Barack Obama stated, in case you guys have not listened to him, we are now living in a world that we have always been living in. It is what it is. It's nothing new to us. And if it's new to you, catch up. Disparity. The elites, the higher power people up there with all of this money has separated this country so bad it's pathetic. And they are only allowed to do that because us, the people, see, they are we the people. We are us, the people. And when people start to realize that and turn this stuff around and come together, this is going to happen right before your eyes every election before you die. Nothing that you can say, you can do, they can do, or whatever, because it's just a pattern of social behavior, a neglect of understanding, a neglect of loving humanity, no matter what color you are or creed you are. It is what it is. We're missing that point because we jump out on a limb on basis of, I like what this person is saying. I like what that person is saying. I like what this person can do. I like what that person can do. When in fact, they're missing the whole target. And that was for the country to actually love each other before God really come down and start sparing the rod. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But that's here, near, there. So I compare the two, right? And it's like you're looking in a double mirror. It's going on in politics. And now they're doing it down there in this little old town called Dalton. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that those African American or Black Americans or whatever they want to call themselves down, the Negroes, I don't know, come in, to these meetings to show their ass. I said last time, granted, she's in a position called the mayor. Yes, at some point there is a just cause for her to be in a professionalized character, more so over than theirs. She has to carry this dignity, is what they look for. She has to carry this loyalty, this respect for people that are coming up in there every single meeting to talk about not only what's going on with the deficiency or the allegations of her stealing, right? But they talk about their personal shit. This what you woke up for? To come up here and stand at this thing to talk about, well, my great-great-grandmama moved across the street over there and she was going, and boy, this time, at the end of the day, who gives a rat's ass? And I'm sorry I said that, but not sorry. The meeting is what is called for, things that were placed on the agenda. I'm sitting here watching numerous of people come up in this place. They got their back turned to the staging where the trustees and the mayors and the lawyers and everybody's sitting there, and they just having personal freaking conversations. The minute that she says, you out of order, that has become a big joke around the world. You're out of order. You're out of order. Well, technically, most of them are out of order and disrespectful. I watched some of the oldest people come up to that thing, and that's exactly what they look like to me. A bunch of black, heathen ass Negroes who can't even conduct themselves in a meeting because they brought their feelings up in there as well. Now, back to the one guy who took the podium. I wish I should have pulled it up on my TV, right? Maybe I will. But this guy made, out of all of the people that came up there, this guy made absolutely sense. He had to point out some realization to these people that they were missing, right? I knew that the moment he finished. I didn't have to turn the light bulb on. I was like, you're absolutely right, sir. The things that this super mayor is giving back, right? He talks about how his mother enjoyed it, the events and the bingos and the things like that, right? You're just recycling your money just so that you can see and feel yourself enjoying what you have paid in. Most of us don't get to do that. People just usually go on with their daily lives. You pay your taxes, you're done, you go. Most of us would like to enjoy what your taxes has paid for. Well, these people kind of used what I think I like to call it a ignorant reverse psychology. They are thinking that, I'm trying to find it so you guys can see what the hell. Let me go to my previously watched, right? Yeah. Is it stealing if you're coming out enjoying things that your tax dollars have paid for? I think this is it right here. Is it really stealing? I don't know. Is it really? No, this was a month ago, so that's not it. Where's the one? How you doing? Is it really? I've heard a lot of people from different states how, we have broken fences or we got these potholes. You hear that a lot about Chicago. You got this over here. You ain't having that. They never do nothing for this. And I'm looking at her like, but she's doing it. Yes, it's going to cost some taxpayers' money. This guy even got up, you guys, and started talking about how many of them run down there or call down there for their trees to be cut. That's you getting reimbursed on your tax money. No, it's not free, but it's just recycling the money, trying to make this town a much better town and a much better place. They don't want it. And when I was listening to him and I'm sitting there and I'm watching kind of a stressful moment for Super Tiff, right? She's torn. She's torn. She came, to my understanding, in the battle, just like the rest of them, learning it. What is my job description? Can I do this job? As she stated, there's probably a lot of those trustees on that board that does not know what being a mayor job in debt is from the books, from the language. They probably don't. They probably just digging up the big bold ass letters and, yep, this is it. Let's go in on her, on this. Let's go in on that, and I'm like she say, they have a different job than hers, but they want to do her job. At some point, I get a little disappointed in Lori Lightfoot assessment. There was a whole lot more that she could have brought to the table. I understand some of the things she says that she's not being privy to. They just not handing it over, but she's going to try to get it. But when it comes to that spending of that money, it's not that freaking complicated to do. You just have to have the resources. And Lori Lightfoot Resources is the trustee board who is against her. They know. There's no way in hell that they don't know. There's no way in hell at this point that they are not able to get copies of the statement for the freaking credit cards. Now, point out the person who spent and bought this. If she bought the jumpy balloon on it, circle it, point it to her. But what did they buy? How much supplies have they been buying? Like she says, they got her now, the cards, probably on a $5,000 monthly spending limit. You know, I don't even know how they can set those terms. I got confused because I know it's a business card. But what do? You call the company up and say, hey, we want you to take away, $30,000 on here and just leave $5,000 on the card? Or what do? They just leave everybody subjected to promising that we won't go over $5,000, but the credit card has like $100,000 limit on it. How's this shit working? Shit's confusing, right? It's definitely confusing. And they are just confusing everybody, like every day. Now I want to talk about, before I find this video, and go down my history, I want to talk about a lot of the vloggers, bloggers, content creators. They are all so antsy about, and it is dead and it's 30 million and blah, 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 blah. And the way that they run their content out here, I click on so many of them, and I promise y'all, I'll be over here bullshit. You a bullshitter. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You're biased. You're biased. You're biased. Not only that, it is so easy to run this content out here, and I think sometimes that's why I get a little bit discouraged, that I kind of, I veer off. Let me go see what the other people are saying. But then a light bulb will click on, and I keep forgetting that clickbait, Oh, I could get the views up. Now, mind you, as a town is in debt, as they say, there's no money, blah, blah, blah. She hasn't even made the fiscal year, right? We talk about that for the payments, and she's behind on this. Now, mind you, shit's crazy as hell, right? All of these people that's content creators out here on this whole shit show of these Afro-Americans in Dalton are making money. Do you think that they give any rat's ass about that damn town in debt down there? Because they don't. I watched this one guy, y'all. What is his name? This man got all these graphics and shit going on. He never says anything about what is being said by a trustee, or researching behind them, or pulling their background on and as a trustee. What were they doing? How did they get hired? Were they all clean? What is that? You don't hear anything about that. It's just Super Tiff, Super Tiff, Super Tiff, Super Tiff. Super Tiff did not run that town by herself. There was a board of trustee members. Make it make sense to me, because shit is crazy. But this guy here, y'all, he goes by Go Political, right? I'm just going to show you a little snippets. I do not own the right to it, but this is how he comes on.
Cornered her. Checkmate.
But he's making his money.
Interesting thing is,
He don't give a rat's ass about what's going on down in Dalton. And I'm going to show you this other lady, right? This guy here. This guy here. If y'all ever catch this guy is such a damn bullshitter.
Tonight,
This one here.
Super Mayor got crushed.
No, she did not.
The Thornton Township
That is a lie.
cornered her. Checkmate. And the interesting thing is, a lot of people didn't even understand what was going on. But I'm about to explain it all to you. Let's go.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys this guy. He's got like maybe 3, 4 different channels running on some shit about Dalton, right? He's got the views too. He's way up there, right? He's okay as long as his check pop around the 23rd and the 25th. He don't give two shits, in my opinion, about what's going on in Dalton. The first thing that came out his mouth, along with this other lady that I'm going to show you guys, right, is that she got trapped in her. That's a lie. I watched the whole meeting. That is a lie. The way that they were hot mouthing, she was cracking it back. They don't like now that a mayor sits up there. She's 37 and she's using the lingo that they have. This is how y'all communicating. What the hell? Nobody is standing up in there talking any professional lies talk. None of them. They're all freaking ghetto. All of them. So if this is what we're having, a ghetto party, then let's put the party hats on and get it. Yeah, like I said, I get it that she's in a mayor's seat and she should be more professional than what she's counteracting to. I get that whole thing. But at some point, you have to ask yourself, how much can you take? I'm just going to keep opening up these doors. And this is what the way that these people are going to do. They're disrespectful as hell, y'all. These people down here are not down here, but over there in that town, those are the most disrespectful, personal lies in their feelings people I have, well, I ain't going to say ever seen because I've seen quite a few. But this is how he started off. And that is not true. They came to battle in the mud. They insisted on a motion that she clearly did not want. I do not want my name on there. I can't understand the mockery of that. So my question was to my chat. If someone went and says that we're putting your name on a credit card and you do not want it on there, how do you handle that? They say, we don't care what you want. We're putting your name on there. Like I said, Tiff, Super Tiff, didn't have to even argue back with it. Do what y'all want. She ain't never got to touch it. But she can also follow the paper trail herself to see, turn the tables, flip the table over, follow it behind them, and see who's doing what. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. So, I mean, like this shit is just it's crazy, especially if you allow your mind and self-control to get all, tied up into it, which is something that I just don't. I peep into it. Same thing with the R. Kelly stuff over in this community. I'll never come out here and allow my mind and certain things that people say or whatever take me off into left field to believe or to trust or to do any of the shit. That's just, it's just not me, I be like scared of myself sometimes. But anywho, let me show you one more time. Because this guy right here, y'all, he loves his graphics. He pops his screen. But he's so concerned about Dalton. Listen, this is what he does.
What's up, gang? This is Carlton Flowers with the Go Political channel, and thank you for tuning in tonight, which was the Thornton Township Board meeting, August the 20th. And boy, oh boy, was it a crazy meeting. Shout out to Reality Check TV Chicago for providing the live footage where we saw Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard get completely clobbered.
And that is a lie. I'm like, what are they watching? She did not get completely clobbered. She got overtalked. She was addressed by a room full of parrots. Everybody was just barking about a goddamn credit card. So I don't understand what they be watching. I really don't. But then again, this is everybody that is, on a money train. Now, let me see if I can find this other lady, y'all. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find her. Then I want to show y'all. Is this her? Yep, this her right here. This lady right here, you know what? I don't even. This is what she adds to her content. Wow, and shout out to her. She's building her her content, her people up, whatever, and then she getting up there. She got the gameplay, just like over in the R. Kelly situation. Everybody got the gameplay. Let's see how we can make the money. We're going to tell these stories. We're going to build this. We're going to have some arguments. We're going to agree. We're going to disagree. And where they at now? Where are they now for the R. Kelly thing? One gone off doing the YSL. One went off to do the politics. The other one, he's going off because he said he done, he tired. He not going to be talking about this no more. And he was the one that came out. And of course, a lot of fingers was pointing and say, well, hey, you helped get Mr. Kelly incarcerated by being involved and doing a whole bunch of detrimental, crazy stuff. So now where they at? Where are they now? They made they duckies. They made a little cash off of it. All these self-proclaimed ass people came out here and did whatever they wanted to do to this, just as long as they got some money in the pocket. And this is, I get it. YouTube content, get paid. But do they really care? They don't care. They never care. They never care. But it's the same thing of how I feel about Dalton. But this lady right here, she has her content, and I don't believe that she's there. I don't believe that she has dug personally into getting the information or whatever. Everybody's just piggybacking off of what everybody else is saying. You throw your content out there. But she starts this violin thing, right? I mean, just tore the whole meeting apart. Just crazy. This is what she did. Yeah. Now. So her title is Big Tiff Melts Down, right? Catchy, right? I'm going to tell you this, in my opinion. Big Tiff got more sense than all these people. Because I can't come on here and steady rag on about, oh, she just talks. She just loves to hear her talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Big Tiff doing that shit on purpose. She knows what they don't like. The same reason that they know what they don't like. What are they doing? They come on, get on the podiums, all disrespectful in the thing, because they know that bothers Big Tiff. So Big Tiff rebuttals by her path. She goes on, blah, 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 blah. But if you were smarter than her and you did not want to hear her going on and on and on and on, you wouldn't even be there to watch her. Just don't watch her. Just like how they was doing over here. Just stop watching it. But they can't. Because when those checks drop from YouTube, they don't give a damn really how much she's talking or what she's talking about. All they know is, let me just put this bias ass content out here. And since I'm on the bandwagon, well, if you get paid, then I'm going to get paid. One hand wash the other. And it's just ludicrous, y'all. Let me see if I can get to this part because I'm getting ready to get off. And I just wanted to make this quick. Let me see if I can find this guy that.
This is just so.
This is another one on the bandwagon. On the bandwagon. I mean, they all are literally like on this bandwagon, right? And everything is tiff, 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 tiff. So now I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait on, what's her name, Mendoza or whatever, who I think she seized, she's a comptroller. She seized some monies or attributes pertaining to maybe the credit cards or something. I got to go back and kind of listen to her a little bit more about that. But, you know, she stepped in. So then I was asking myself, no, why does she have to? They got Lori Lightfoot to do all that, right? And then they're down there and they embarking about a taxpayer's money. Taxpayers' money. The taxpayers' money. The taxpayers' money. They spending taxpayers' money too. Okay, I think this is it. Let me see if I can find this one guy.
You all are actually in a surplus. You all are already audited and they received an award for financial transparency.
Everybody want to hear themselves talk. Everybody. Let me see if I can find this one guy though. Let me see.
Here tonight. So I have to struggle to keep myself under control. Because there's two sides of the way some of you go. Take the chance away from them. You have other people besides who was in this room that you all are literally killing. I met a man who was cutting his own grass at 89.
Okay, this is him. Let's go back and listen to him.
On the list.
Listen to what he had to say. And I had to applaud him here in my home.
What GA offers you. So the money that
Now, mind you, half of the room has gone. They didn't want to hear what he had to say. They too busy focusing on, well, Lacey is there. He doesn't have a gun. Not half of them that comes there don't even speak on shit that's illegal for her to do. Half of them up in there, find what's the illegal shit. When are y'all gonna come here and do some shit that's illegal, say some shit that's illegal that the feds can now walk in and say you're under arrest? When they gonna do that? They ain't coming dealing with all this personal ass shit, but listen to them.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, as me. So everyone understands. Trustees, I want the trustees to understand. As media, before maybe I have my own business that we've been running successfully. The Thornton Township was supposed to be just a client. I was supposed to be just a contractor. So the money that I charged the township, I understand the township is very frugal when it comes to paying bills. So I charge way below market value for the services that I provided to the residents, not the trustees, not anything to the residents. I'm literally showing you guys what your township offers you. This is not about a supervisor. This is not about other members of the administration. Right, I'm short. Here we go. For the township, the trustees decided not to pay.
You hear that?
For the reason.
Hold on. He didn't say the super mayor. He didn't say Big Tiff. He said the trustees. And he has lowered his prices below market to serve the community. The trustees decided not to pay him. He said nothing about Big Tiff. But listen.
So I want you to understand, if I work for the township and I'm showing you guys like what GA offers you, I'm showing you what Youth and Family Services is offering you. You are getting this not for free. You are already paid for it. You are already paid for these services. And instead of you are receiving those services, you're telling the trustees, don't give it to you. That's dumb.
Dumb as hell.
That's literally what's happening. You already paid for it. But the trustees are fooling you because they're telling you, oh, you all don't want it. We'll spend all this money. You all are actually in a surplus. You all are already audited and they received an award for financial transparency. So what I'm saying is you all are literally, you are shooting yourselves in the foot. I wish that my mom lived in Gordon Township. My mom was in a car accident and my mom and my father passed away in the accident. My mom is very badly injured and she's handicapped, she's in a wheelchair. My mom needs groceries delivered to her, but we have to pay for those groceries. They're offering you all getting those groceries delivered to your house that you already paid for. You already received, not necessarily, but you already received these things, but you are telling the trustees don't want it. I don't want it. But you all have to understand, this township is full of thousands of people. There's people there who do want it.
Amen.
That's not fair to them. You all are shooting them. Give them a chance. Don't just take the chance away from them. Trustees, don't just take the chance away from them. You have other people besides who was in this room that you all are literally killing. I met a man who was cutting his own grass at 89. Cutting his own grass at 89. He was on the list in order to get his grass cut. But instead of them being able to pay the people to cut the grass of this man, he's out there. He's literally risking his life to cut his own grass because the township board of trustees decided not to pay the people to cut his grass that he paid for. So I'm saying it again, all I'm saying is you already paid for these services. Just get them. Why tell them I don't want the services, but you pay for it anyway?
Exactly. Exactly. It makes no sense. And this is the trustee board. Now, the news and the content creators that has circumvented their channels around the Dalton Township and the village of Dalton, they're just pointing their finger at that woman, at the big Tiff, at the super mayor, super team Tiff, whatever, right? But they don't show you this. Why nobody is inviting him on to say, explain to us, what you're saying? Because they don't want the good stuff out there. The same way that the R. Kelly community was. We just gonna throw all the bad stuff. We're gonna try to sell this stuff. All our channels got all multiple channels built on tearing R. Kelly down, tearing them down on Twitter, on Instagram, which is now X, and so on and so forth. And everybody joined in. You believe the Lifetime docuseries. You believe this, you believe that, and you joined in. Multiple people joined in. But and I do believe, like as this man has spoken, that there are some people there who has been paying their taxes for probably 10, 20, 30 some years on their property, right? Why should they not have or be privy to the services where their money is just recycling? I'm paying my taxes. It is the job of the board to keep track or, whatever they do with the books and blah, blah, blah. This fund is for this fund is for that. You're getting it right back. You're getting the services for your money, just like you do with your filing your federal taxes. If you're working, you get money back at the end of the year. Some people make too much money, and there's an offset for that. You realize that you're making over $150,000 or $200,000. You got to pay more in. You have them take more out at the beginning. At the end of the year, you get money back. But greed doesn't allow some people to do that because you like to see the full amount of your paycheck. So people get caught up that way. It's insane. This is insane. It is, I just like watching it. Like I say, it's funny because there's no way that all of these bloggers or vloggers or content creators is able to sit there and just be like, oh, we're only on one side. That's all I got to say tonight, you guys. Bye.